get very pigeonholed in the sport of alpine skiing. It's so old, and what I love about being part of the Canadian Paralympic team is like we're trying to create our own way to do it and have done from the start, and that brings us a lot of success.
It's been a while since most of the athletes have been on the longer sets of skis. It's not very often we get an opportunity to run more full-length speed track. Excited.
Today we've, for the first time in a couple of years, we've upped the start of Super G here at Panorama, so we're 2 lifts up. So we're just looking for the guys to have a longer environment, starting to build towards the racing, so using their inspection, getting ready for more an intense environment, higher speeds, and kind of put them in what we would like them to feel is the closest we can get to a race environment.
In 2002, Alpine Canada, the national sport organization for ski racing, welcomed the Canadian Para-Alpine team to their roster, giving CPAS the opportunity to access world-class programming, coaching, and support equal to their Alpine counterparts. And in 2010, when the Olympics came to home soil in Vancouver, CPAS had evolved into a world-leading sports team. Since 2010, Alpine Canada has put its para-athletes on top of the podium 92 times, including a 10-medal performance at the 2018 Pyeongchang Paralympics. Woo! Not only has the program continued to deliver results on the world stage, but it has also been preparing individuals with physical impairments for success in life beyond sport.
So what will make your day successful again, Molly, today? What's the main?
The confidence up and feel comfortable getting into my tuck.
We're looking at a little bit of a bigger picture. We're looking at every day to become better persons. I wish for the athletes when they go into the real world that they've learned skills, they've learned how to be successful, not just in a tiny environment, but really strive to be a better individuals.
Morning. There's a couple of gates on course. That one is one of the ones that gets out of my tuck, so just be aware that I'm going to be As a hand amputee, when I was really young, like 2-3 years old, my mom used putting me in sports to help me make friends, and I was a very anxious, very, very nervous kid. As soon as I started kind of focusing on sport, that actually gave me all the confidence in the world.
You got a good plan? Have some fun with it?
My whole life is kind of shaped around sport. Like my closest friends and like my passion to learn sparks from ski racing, and I think my dedication and my commitment all come from ski racing. All of my traits, I think, that make me a person come from what I've learned in ski racing and from the sport.
The amazing thing about the CPAS team is that even though all of the athletes have different physical abilities and backgrounds, they get a chance to work together and all follow a common pathway to achieve their individual Paralympic or World Cup dreams.
When I was a kid growing up, able-bodied racing before I got injured, I always kind of knew about paraskiing. After I broke my back, during rehab and physiotherapy, one of my physiotherapists suggested I get involved in a sport to help continue the recovery process. I said, well, what about alpine skiing? And they said, we know some people in Regina who are part of the CADS program. Went down just to check things out. They were having like a fundraiser race. I went and I saw it and it was just like, I can do that. So I gave it a try the following week and just kind of let it snowball from there. And now I'm on the Canadian Paralympic team.
J'ai 21 ans et je suis née avec une jambe qui est 50% plus courte que l'autre. Donc, en fait, le mot technique, c'est un PFFD, qui est dans le fond un handicap juste... En fait, que mon os est 50% plus court que l'autre. Dans le fond, le ski me donne l'opportunité d'être... de faire partie d'une équipe qui est comme une famille pour moi. Le ski, c'est comme une façon pour moi-même de m'exprimer, juste par la vitesse, juste par l'aspect technique en fait du ski. Tout ça, ça fait juste en sorte en fait que je me retrouve le plus dans ma propre peau. En fait, je me sens bien. Alors pour tous ceux qui se posent la question, en fait, est-ce que je pourrais le faire ou pas, ma réponse est assez facile, c'est juste fais-le. Lance-toi dans quelque chose que tu connais pas, puis je peux t'assurer que si tu donnes, ça va arriver, puis ça va fonctionner pour toi.
There is a core development strategy within the Canadian Para-Alpine team, and for the staff and coaches, it is about focusing on a quality sporting experience, making sure that athletes are given the tools for success, not just on the field of play, but in every aspect of their lives.
Everyone says like that the stronger you look and you feel, it displays in your life really. When they grow physically as a person, the more things and challenging movements and activities that they're able to do and realize that they can do brings so much confidence to them.
People don't realize how many categories there really are involved in para sport. I think also people don't realize how physically disabled a lot of them actually are because they are so incredible at their sport that it doesn't show.
I have Stargardt disease, which took all my central vision, left me with 6% in the peripheral. I've been skiing since pretty much my vision started going south. It's kind of just been a part of the evolution of my life. Skiing has given me this, like an overwhelming sense of freedom and just the ability to go out and play. Get back to the basics of kind of why we're living. You know, we go out and just kind of seeking enjoyment in anything we do, and I think ski racing is just keeps delivering for me, and it's such a crazy sport and it's given me so much. I wouldn't be the same person without it, that's for sure.
Alpine Canada has been successful at the grassroots level by working closely with their partners who deliver first-time experiences to skiers, and by providing them with the foundational skills needed to become competent, independent skiers. They work closely with both ski clubs and adaptive organizations to provide resources and technical expertise in long-term athlete development for para-alpine.
I broke my back and I was in the hospital, not really knowing what to do with my life. Getting into skiing gave me something to really focus on and set goals towards.
Go, 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 go!
My first interaction with the national team was just shortly after I started sit skiing. I'd been skiing for about 3 weeks. I was just getting feel for sit skiing, and there I was thrown into a camp with the national coach, and him kind of just talking to me about what I need to do and how to improve. Sport has taught me to just set goals and go after those goals, and anything's achievable if you put your mind to it. It's just given me all the inspiration to want to be better.
I've raced able-bodied ski racing my whole life. I'd seen very few people with physical impairments growing up. As soon as I was diagnosed with cancer, my coaches came up to me and was like, well, why don't you race para? At first, I hated the idea. I did not know I was going to be disabled, so it was very overwhelming. But eventually, it kind of grew on me, and I thought I'd give it a try, and I ended up liking it. Very welcoming atmosphere and a lot more friendly than able-bodied racing. Definitely helps me overcome my disability a bit because I'm around people with a variety of disabilities, and I get to kind of see how they do things. Like, all the team and staff are really good with trying to figure out like what I can do because I'm still figuring it out myself.
On that run after run, and you can just kind of faster and faster.
When an athlete who is interested in competing is identified, the Alpine Canada team will look closely at what would be best for that person's individual development and help to place them into a great adaptive racing program, or, if conditions allow, facilitate integration into their local race club or team. Alpine Canada then works with these programs and coaches to ensure opportunities and support through the entire development pathway.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Alexis Guimond. Je suis un skieur para-alpin LW91. Je suis un hémiparésie du côté droit qui limite mes mouvements sur neige. C'est vrai que Carving the Future, ça m'a vraiment donné une direction plus claire et beaucoup plus d'athlètes handicapés que je pensais initialement. Ça m'a fait vraiment sentir plus confortable. De camp en camp avec Carving the Future, ça m'a vraiment donné la motivation à pousser pour être un athlète de l'équipe nationale puis de courser à l'échelle internationale.
Hi, my name's Alana Ramsey. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, and I'm an athlete with cerebral palsy. Para-alpine skiing was actually introduced to me through physical therapy at the Alberta Children's Hospital. When I first started skiing, Canadian Association for Disabled Skiing was on Friday nights, and that was my favorite night of the week. No one had to help me, or I didn't feel like I was being slowed down by anything. CADS puts in a lot of effort to make sure that people with disabilities have those opportunities to do stuff that they wouldn't normally be able to do. I did actually 2 Carving the Future camps. I take any opportunity that I can when Carving the Future is close to my house and when I'm home to help out. It's important to give back to people who helped you get to where you are.
Course clear.
The Carving the Future program is designed to provide opportunities free of charge to interested individuals and clubs to learn more about what it takes to become a para-alpine ski racer. These events are unique as they provide prospective athletes the opportunity to meet and work directly with national team coaches and athletes, regardless of skill level.
The program is really about creating awareness. There's something about first one down the hill wins kind of thing. It's sort of that first introduction to what that is to people, and hopefully gets them excited about ski racing wherever their career may take them.
I think you guys had a great plan in here. Logan, do you think you were wider on the second double?
For the last 3 years, 4 years of my life, skiing has kind of been the goal. When I was about 8 years old, we kind of found out that I was visually impaired. I started skiing with the Silver Star Adaptive Snow Sports team. Kind of started training a little bit here and there with the CADS Festival a few years ago. And the people are just so welcoming. And I remember sitting in the lodge and having athletes and coaches come up to me and talk to me and ask me questions. And it was really cool. Up until then, I had never really met anyone face to face at that level. So to talk to them in person was a really cool experience.
Once an athlete has been identified through a Carving the Future event or from a local race club, they can be monitored and selected to be a part of the high performance pathway, first as a prospect and then as a development and eventually a World Cup athlete or Paralympic champion.
Je pense que en fait, ce qui rend le programme s'y passe aussi en fait, qui rapporte en fait autant de succès, c'est à cause des coachs. Puis de l'organisation que l'équipe a. On a vraiment un bon entourage qui sait sur quoi en fait on doit travailler, qui sait dans quel environnement il faut nous mettre pour vraiment nous préparer soit au meilleur ou au pire. On a vraiment la chance d'avoir une équipe qui sait vraiment ce qu'il fait, puis c'est ça pourquoi en fait on a autant de succès, moi je pense.
I think we have across the board from athletes to coaches just a want to win and a drive to win, and we'll do whatever it takes. We set a standard this high, but I think we have to enjoy the ride, and I've always been a big guy that's pushed for that. But no one says this can't be fun.
I think sport is about making the world a little bit better place. We want to represent the country to the best of our ability, and we want to make the people home proud of the Maple Leaf and inspire others to get out there and just start skiing.